Hello, I'm Dr. Chidi and welcome to Health, Healing and Hope. COVID-19 has the world in its grip right now. Millions of people suffering, hundreds of thousands of people have died. One of the things that seems to come out in the news broadcast is that the people who have died all have had underlying health conditions. What does that mean? Chronic diseases like hypertension, heart disease, diabetes, asthma, those sorts of conditions that people have been living with for a long time, they seem to make them more vulnerable to COVID-19. Now, as a physician, I spend most of my time helping people to prevent and reverse these diseases, so it's very close to my heart. But many people say to me, look, Dr. Chidi, I hear what you're saying, but I don't really want to change my lifestyle. I'm happy staying the way I am. Yeah, I take a few pills, I go to the hospital every year, but I don't fancy changing my lifestyle. Well, it's certainly understandable that people don't want to change a habit of a lifetime, but I like to think about these lifestyle diseases as if they are a bear in the distance stalking us, going at a very slow pace, very far away, can't really hurt us because it is so far away. What COVID-19 has done is given that bear an injection of steroids, which means it is now quicker and closer than we'd really like. That disease that probably wouldn't give us much trouble for many, many years now becomes an imminent threat to life. In fact, COVID-19 has exposed much in the world. It's exposed governments, the way they've been prepared and their response to the disease. It's exposed businesses. Many businesses are failing. It's also exposed our own characters, as we're seeing some of the very best and worst in our characters coming out under this crisis. But more importantly right now, COVID-19 is exposing the weaknesses in our health. Car manufacturers spend billions in designing features that protect us when we get into an accident. Airbags, crumple zones, seat belts, all of these things are there for our protection. It's possible to drive a car without a seatbelt, but if you have an accident, you're at a greater risk of fatality. In the same way, it's possible to go through life with a lifestyle disease, but when an insult like COVID-19 or influenza comes along, we're at a greater risk of dying. So buckle up as I share with you some interesting principles of how to beat disease and give us a fighting chance against COVID-19, influenza, and any other infection. Now, you might think it's too late to do anything about my underlying health condition in the middle of a COVID-19 health crisis. Here's why I believe that that's not true. And it brings us to the first principle of overcoming disease, and that is to exercise every day outside. Everybody knows that if you just go for a 30-minute walk, your blood pressure will reduce ever so slightly. So just within 30 minutes, you've reduced your blood pressure. That means your risk of hypertension and heart disease have gone down. Slightly, but it has gone down. If you're doing that every day for a week, that means at the end of the week, it would have gone down reasonably significantly. And that also means that all those other diseases that are related to hypertension, like stroke and things like that, they are at a lower risk for you. What else does the exercise do? Well, COVID-19 is an infection. We need to have a healthy immune system to overcome this infection, or at least have a fighting chance against it. Well, when we exercise, even just a brisk 30-minute walk, what we're doing is suppressing the stress hormones in our system. Stress hormones suppress our immune system. Now, if we suppress the suppressor, that frees our immune system to do what it should do. Also, as we're walking, we're releasing endorphins. Endorphins actually boost the immune system. And if you needed a triple whammy, think about this. When you're walking outside and the sun is hitting your skin, it's converting cholesterol to vitamin D. And vitamin D is the most powerful immune booster we know today. It boosts the good immune system, that's the one that helps to fight viruses and infections, and it also suppresses the bad immune system, that's the one that tends to attack us. We call those autoimmune diseases. On top of all this, exercise is decreasing your risk of things like dementia, diabetes, depression, stress, all of these things. And it's also helping us lose weight at the same time and sleep better. Folks, if I could give you a drug that could do all of these things, my goodness me, it'd be the best seller in history. But thankfully, I can't sell it to you, only metaphorically. And that is to encourage you to get out there and exercise. Let's take this unique opportunity to get into the habit of exercising. I'm really encouraged when I go out and I see families exercising together. There is no excuse now that we don't have the time. So let's just program it in so that when this COVID-19 is over, we still have that habit that's going to keep us happy and healthy. In the next episode, I'm going to be talking about how we can eat to beat disease, what we need to consume every day, what we need to avoid. But until then, I wish you great health, healing, and hope. Goodbye.